Welcome to Heartful Living. I am Denise, your host, and my guest today for the third time, I believe, is dear friend and sister, Kandice Ko. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Did you share it then?
I think so. Just double check
Marvelous.
that all went through.
And I will keep this open so that I can see any comments. And I will just say, if I can speak and scroll at the same time, which might not work. We're both feeling very discombobulated today. Kandice hasn't really slept. It's 4 a.m. We had a bit of a time situation. No, it's 3, 4, 4.
It's 4. I woke up at 3, or officially got up at 3.
Let me just turn that down. And I'm just discombobulated today anyway. I think the energies are just mega, 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 mega strong. So found that I was running late as well. But fortunately, we realized that we weren't going to be an hour late.
Yes.
So yeah.
That time change.
Yeah. I'm not used to having headphones on, so just let me try and not knock anything. Can you just let us know that the sound's all right? I did do a little sound check before. And it sounded like it was coming through okay. But if anybody if anyone can just let us know that, because I think sound is going to be important today in this one. And Heartful Living is about us living from our hearts and the things that we can do when we're in our heart space. And what we're planning on doing today is a little self-treatment. So I feel a lot calmer already. This is really interesting. It's suddenly like the energies, instead of being like this, they're a bit more
dropped in and stabilized.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Dora, about the sound. Yeah, so we're going to do a little heart-to-heart connect now, which I think would be good, and just connect to the energies. Oh, crystals. I didn't think to bring any crystals. I shall grab them in a second. Although I do have this.
Yes. Ooh.
So yeah, without further ado, let us just if you want to put one or both hands on your heart space just to reinforce that you're connecting with your heart. Obviously not if you're driving, but if you're in a position to do so, and let us just take a few breaths together, long and slow, deep breaths, breathing into the heart. Breathing out anything of the day so far, or the day ahead, or the week, any stresses you might be feeling, anything that might be preventing you from being in this now moment. Oh, and breathing into your body as deep as you can. Breathing all the way down to the toes and the top of your head if you can. Breathing in love, breathing in calm, breathing in joy, breathing in universal life force energy, chi, prana, ki, whatever you wish to name it. And just feeling that energy going all over your body. And feeling all of our hearts connecting together. All of us watching live if you wish to, or on the replay. Feeling us all, breathing as one, hearts beating as one. And let's just connect our hearts, feeling our energy going deep into the earth, to the heart of Gaia. feeling Gaia's energy coming into your body, into your heart. Connecting with the heart of the sun. And feeling the love from Gaia, the love from the sun. Connecting to your heart. And connecting to Source, Creator, to the cosmic energies. And hopefully if you were feeling like us a little discombobulated at the beginning, hopefully you'll feel a little less so now. Kandice, handing over to you if there's anything you wish to add.
Nothing to add.
Beautiful. Okay, so if your eyes are closed, just opening them when you're ready. Well, that feels a bit more grounded and a bit more like here.
Yes.
So yes, as we said before, what we're planning to do is a little self-treatment. And just to give you some background to this, both Kandice and I, many, many years ago, 22 years ago, in fact, in the same year, coincidentally, we both learned to Reiki. And for me, that was something that connected me to Lifeforce Energy. And that began my healing journey. So you're taught when you learn Reiki to do a self-treatment. And basically what that entails is just placing your hands on your body and letting the energy do the work. And I think most of us, as time goes on, we bring extra stuff into that because we find it shifts the energy in our bodies, shifts the distortions a little bit quicker. And both of us use sound and crystals. So, I meant to do a post before this and say, grab your crystals and join us.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. So what we were thinking originally was that we would actually start with the base chakra because there's been a lot of stuff going on around that area. So the base chakra is your lowest center of your physical body. It's the one that connects you to the earth, connects you to the earth star center beneath your feet in the ground. And for me, there's been a lot going on in that area the last few weeks, but particularly the last week or so, and especially to do with hips, left hip, especially for me. But something that we also want to bring in today, because there's been a lot recently for me in the weeks leading up to this, respiratory and throat as well. And I'll just hand over to you at that point, Kandice, and just see if there's anything you wish to add to that.
I feel like I'll have things to add as you go along because immediately, as you said, the base, and I was, pelvis, and then I felt that connect into my crown and somehow needing to breathe into my head and open up my head space. And now there was a direct correlation to opening the crown simultaneously as the root, like they want to be spread open together and breathed in. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And I think before we start the treatment, we'll just do another quick visualization just to connect you again more deeply with life force energy, because the life force energy is all around us. It's everywhere. It's chi, ki, prana. It permeates every living cell in your body, every living being on the planet. It's the energy that feeds us, really, that feeds the trees. And it's the energy that's in the cosmos, and there's an abundant supply of it. And when you learn Reiki, you get attuned to, it's like you've got an antenna on top of your head, and you can therefore pick up the signal of this energy really easily. But of course, you don't have to have been attuned to Reiki to pick it up. So something that I used to do in Australia from time to time with the backpackers that I was working with was do a visualization with them to connect to life force energy. So that's Mother Earth energy as well that will come up through your feet, and cosmic energies that will come down through your crown, particularly down through your crown, down the spinal column. But they'll also come into all of your energy centers. Like all your energy centers are kind of like spirals within spirals, and they are connected to everything as well. But there's a real focus because of your spinal column on the crown and on the base. So there's nothing you want to add to that?
I'll add. So, whoever's watching this, they might notice that I'm spinning right now. So I'm actually capturing and moving intuitively with the currents of energy. And so I believe that I'm moving counterclockwise. I'm a little bit dyslexic, so directionally, so I'm just allowing my body to guide me in what it wants to do in facilitating the energy. And a lot of the times when I'm tapping in, I immediately start to move with the energy. And sometimes I'll oscillate, and sometimes at some point I'll reverse the current. And then so I noticed that my body did not like that or appreciate that. So this is the way that it wants to go right now. I believe counterclockwise is drawing up from the earth, and then spinning down is bringing it down. But my body will let me know when it's ready to do that. And then there will be a point where I will switch. So I think for a long time we've been taught, when we're meditating, sit still and all that. And, but for my intuition, I've always been in motion type of being. And so you can really just, play with the movements and what feels good and interacting with the life flow current. It is an active, living, oscillating, moving energy that is palpable. And so, however you want to perceive that, whether you want to uh, rub your hands together and just start by placing your activated hands on your body and just starting to feel more deeply and awaken your senses, because you are a conduit, you are a channel or a stream or a riverbed of that moving energy.
Yeah, agreed with all that. And something else that I would add to that is that for me, a counterclockwise spiral is an increase in the power. It's an opening.
Oh, thank you.
Um, and it was interesting when I moved to Australia because Diane Stein, I think she was called, who wrote a book on Reiki years ago and actually published, she was the first person to publish the Reiki symbols publicly. She said that she always does her Shokugeki symbols the opposite way round. And I tried doing that and it just felt so weird to me. It just didn't work for me
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all.
you got to do what you are
Mm.
designed to do.
Yeah. Um, oh, there was something
And
else. Go on.
well, for the root, I'm just feeling also, when we're focusing on the root, to work work the hips, right and left, and sort of oscillate. And I'm also seeing minus and plus. So it's like that we're working with the electromagnetics, and we are actually, um, this oscillation is a balancing, and it is a unifying and a syncing up of the left and the right hemispheres, the Ida, the Pingala. And so when we move, oftentimes when I'm in my flow, I'm moving my hands like this. That is part of the syncopation and the conducting of the energy as I'm sort of following the sine wave patterns of the wave oscillation that is, happening on a cellular level and all the way up into the greater aspect of my being. So it's how we can increase the conductivity. And I'm kind of drawing it up into my hands. It's coming up my arms, and yeah, I think everything that I'm doing is building on the energy and, moving the energy harmonically in my system. So you
Yeah.
can do that.
And just to bring figure of eights in as well, some people might want to actually move their body
Yeah,
in a
absolutely.
figure of eight motion.
Absolutely.
And whichever way way round in the figure of eight feels right to you, whether you do it like that or like
Yeah,
that.
to open, to create space, to relax the body, to get the body involved because the body is absolutely involved. Without the body, none of this would be happening right now.
All right. So without further ado, let us just go into that nice space again. And if you wish to close your eyes, feel free to do that. If you wish to keep them open, whatever works for you. We can have a more internal experience when our eyes are closed. And again, just bringing your awareness to your heart space and just bringing the energy of love into this. Being consciously aware of the energy of love. So down our spine, down the center of our body, we have a spinal column of light. So we'll just connect again to Gaia. And we're consciously now asking for Gaia's energy to move up our legs. You may also feel it connecting to the base of your spine. And one thing that might work is to visualize that you've got roots of energy growing down from your feet and the base of your spine. And these roots of energy are spiraling down all the way to the heart of Gaia. So Gaia's energy is moving up those spirals into your legs, up your legs, into your perineum and up your spine. And it begins to weave up your spine, up to your crown, and then it will come out of your crown into your toroidal field, into your aura. And it'll go down and it'll come back up again. And then visualize your crown now. Actually, let me just give you a moment just to feel that. You may feel a bit of tingling in your hands. You may feel a bit of buzzing in your body. And I know there's people watching, you know, a lot of you are very familiar with working with energy, but there'll be some people that aren't. So I'm aiming this more so at the people that aren't in some of the things. A lot of the things you'll be like, yeah, of course, I know that. Okay, so feeling into our crown now. So your crown at the top of your head. You may even want to just bring your hands up there and move them out as if you're actively opening your crown, this vessel. And you're opening up to source energy, universal energy, cosmic energies. And just to say as well, let us just expand our heart field out. So I'm just going back down to the heart. So visualizing the love in your heart, moving out into your energy field. And when we're opening up our crown to cosmic energies, this is the highest frequency of energy. You might call it a home frequency of energy. And this is the highest frequency of energy that our bodies are resonant with, compatible with. And these cosmic energies are now spiraling down. And they were before, but this is just making us more aware of them. So spiraling down this spinal column. So you've got earth energies coming up, cosmic energies coming down. And the place that they meet in the center of your body is your heart. So now those cosmic and Gaia energies are moving out into your energy field. And already I can feel a lot more activity in my hands. We have a chakra in the center of our palms, and we have little ones on the tips of our fingers. So you might want to just place your hands together And then you're joining all of these centers together. And you may well begin to feel heat, tingling, pulsing, maybe even some prickles in your hands. And I can feel these not just in my hands, but around my hands as well. And the warmth in your hands is one of the signals that the energy is coming through.
Can you still hear me, Denise?
Yeah.
I'm frozen pretty decently, so I might need to leave and come back in.
Okay. Yeah, I can still hear you, but that's a beautiful pose that that you're holding there. I will keep an eye out for you coming back. Okay, so, and all of us are doing this together, so this makes the energy stronger. There's this beautiful collective field, this unified field that we're consciously working in together. So just as an experiment, you might want to just do this with your hands. So if you're ready now, you can open your eyes. And just begin pulsing your hands together. And you will most likely start to feel some resistance between your hands. And what we're doing now is intending to make a little ball of energy. And as you do this for longer, you'll find that that ball of energy gets bigger and it starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable. And you just want to expand your hands a little bit more. And this is a beautiful way to play with energy. I'm just going to let Kandice back in. So creating this energy ball. Hi, welcome back. We're just creating an energy ball while you were missing.
Just gonna get my volume booster on here because I'm on my phone now because my computer crashed.
Sound is good.
Okay, perfect. Very good.
All right, so now we have an energy ball. So what do we do with that energy ball? There's many options. I'll give you the options first, then you can decide what to do with it. You can bring it into your own heart. You can push it down into the ground to the earth. You can send it into the cosmos. You can send this ball of energy to every living being on the planet or every heart. What do I want to do with this ball of energy? I think I'm going to push it down into the floor where I am with the intention of it going down into the earth to Gaia's heart and to every heart on the planet. And if ever you want to speak to people about energy, it's a really good little game to play. If they have their hands out and you're carrying this energy ball, then you can put the ball on their hands and they're like, whoa, I can feel that. They can feel like the tingling. And then they add their energy to it. And then you take it to someone else and add more to it. And then if you're in a circle, you can just put it all down into the earth. Okay. So now that we're in that space, connected in, feeling cosmic energy coming down and earth energy coming up. When you place your hands, you can either place your hand in your auric field or in your body. I usually start on the body and then move out off the body. If I'm working with the physical, it feels nurturing to put my hands actually on the body and feel the energy coming in. And I'm just going to move this down. So at the minute, I've got my hands on my hips. But you can place your hands anywhere around here. You might want to put your hand at the back. You might want to place your hands on your legs, because your legs and your feet are still part of your energy center, your base energy center. And I do just want to consciously connect to the earth star center beneath my feet in the ground as well, just making that connection there. And so when you're working with energy on your body, it feels like your hands are inside the body, even though they're on the outside. It feels like they've gone deep into the body, and you can feel the energy swishing around. If you feel prickly stuff, what I often get the sensation of is prickly stuff coming out of the body. So it'll come through my hands. And that feels to me like the distorted energy, the heavier energy that's leaving the body. And you might feel that the energy is a bit all over the place. And then it comes to a point where it just feels more even, more of a sine wave than a spiky sawtooth wave. And if you feel nothing going on, it might be that that energy is a little bit blocked. So just let the energy kind of move in and help to shift the blockage. But there's many things that we can do to help if the energy is blocked, and sound is one really potent one. Over to you, Kandice.
So I'm not sure if I've shared this on here before, but I always like to push on my finger points, and I know that those are connected to my meridians, my energy meridians. So to open up the space of the energy flow in the body and get the body involved, we are pushing on these pressure points as comfortably as you feel. And then there's also major gathering points in our wrists, so we can, touch these places of our being, and in our perception, we're knowing that this is like a reflexology point of the entire energy body. And then the gathering points of the ankles, we can place our hands, if you can, just on the ankles. If you can't, that's okay. You can do the I Dream of Jeannie eye blink. Just know that it is done. And I like to, take some conscious, synced up breaths while I'm doing my presses, and just breathing from the very central point of my being. And I always say infinitely inward and infinitely outward, just bringing all that we are into that coherence, intentionally, with these simple movements. And um, also for myself, moving with the energy, or even just moving in general, helps me to create that amplification, create with that flow that's already there, so that I can feel more. You mentioned if you don't feel anything at all, you can rub your hands together again, and just wake up the senses, and almost like tell yourself it's okay to feel, because for a really long time here, we've just sort of not felt everything. So.
Yeah, you made some really good points there. And we've often closed our hearts off so that we don't feel too much.
System on, system open, right? System on, system open. It's okay to feel and receive all of the sensations, and all of the speaking parts of ourselves. And yes, calling it all into harmony. And sometimes it doesn't want to harmonize right away, and there might be a part that wants to come up and speak, speak an emotion or feel an emotion. It's like, well, now that you're like a microphone. It's like, now that this thing's on, there's some feedback in the system that wants to come through. So you can either speak that out, feel that out, write that out, and move that out. and allow that fizzle, sometimes we'll feel it as a fizziness, or we'll literally have a memory come up with that fizz.
Yeah, nice. And if there's any tears there, just allow those tears to pour down. And sound, breath, breathing it out is another beautiful way of doing it. But also, as you say, allowing yourself to feel it, to not just want to get rid of it from your body, but to allow it to come up into your conscious awareness. And it might be helpful to think of certain colors as well. You can imagine that you're surrounded by certain colors. Traditionally, the colors of the energy centers: red for base center, orange for sacral, yellow for solar plexus. It's like the colors of the rainbow. Green or pink for the heart, blue for the throat, which is really tickly, as I mentioned. I then feel that it's kind of violet and indigo round here. Some people see the crown center as being white. And if you think you've got the white for the crown and the red for the base, and then that's what gives the pink for the center, for the heart. But you can breathe in whatever colors you like. Violet helps to transmute denser energy, so changes it, shifts it from negative to positive. I love to be surrounded by gold energy, and the platinum energy has been really coming in for me of late. So you can mix it up. And I'm just being shown something I learned quite a few years ago. If you imagine there's a disc of light above your head, and you can choose whatever colors you wish for this disc of light. And just imagine that disc of light is going down your body like a coffee plunger. It's going all the way down your body and then out through your feet, down into the earth. And it's taking with it some of those heavier, denser, distorted energies. And do it as many times. And the hand actions that I'm doing, they're optional. You can just imagine. And you can imagine that you're breathing certain colors into those areas. And I'm seeing beautiful, deep ruby red colors that I want to take into both hips. And I didn't say this in the beginning, but I'm getting the nudge for us to consciously connect to the crystalline matrix of energy that is deep in the earth. So all of the energies of all of the crystals of earth are in a grid. And these are part of the new earth grids. So you can consciously connect. So just, again, maybe visualize those roots of energy going down, embedding into the crystalline grid. And you can call into your body any of the crystalline frequencies that would be of benefit to your body right now. Especially if you don't have any crystals by you. But if you do have crystals by you, you can hold them in your hands, you can put them around your body. Over to you, Kandice.
So I'm not sure if it's the right word, but I'm a very visceral person. And I like to really get involved as well with the energy. So with visualizations, I love to get my hands involved and then tangibly feel as I see the energies. And so as you're calling in the crystalline energies, as you're working with the crystalline field, sometimes I feel like I'm just like a microcosm of the earth. And so as you were saying that, I was really feeling myself as the crystalline field, like it was almost superimposed on myself. And so just giving myself permission to know that I'm one with that field, that I am a node point, and I'm a facilitator of this crystalline matrix. And so just working in the fiber optic cable of myself and really feeling it. And like as I was working in there, it was like I could feel this glistening and this like chiming and these beautiful frequencies. And so just like adorning yourself and initiating yourself or activating yourself in the sequence of these higher uh, these words, more spectralized uh, frequencies, and I'm so much pearl essence is just coming up. It's just so just feeling yourself as a crystalline cable in your channel itself. So you could almost like switch over to a new lens. You know how with cameras there's like different lenses, there's different filters. So let's just for a moment switch over to another filter, because we have a filter that's like, okay, our chakras are ruby red. We've got red, orange, yellow, green. You know, we've got all of those colors, but this is another spectrum that I'm feeling that is this pearl essence. So I just want to switch over to that lens for a moment and realize that that's a layer that's here too, and try that on for size. Feel every chakra as a sparkling, glistening, pearlescent diamond sequence. Feel yourself as that crystalline cable, and I'm hearing K-bell. It's a bell and it rings. It's feel that chime, feel that dinging and that reverberation through your crystalline cellular matrix. And there's a tone that wants to come through with this. I'll do my best to bring it through with my with my scratchy throat. Is the sound coming through with the? I don't think I made my Zoom fancy.
Don't think you can do it on your phone. It came out in the beginning, so we heard where you were for the beginning note, and then it cancelled and was, yeah, a little bit choppy. Maybe next time we do a Facebook Live, maybe, because I think it doesn't affect the sound as much if we can't use computers.
I can do anything, so that's okay. Ooh, those high, it doesn't catch those higher notes, does it? If you don't, okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Would still feel the frequency though. I had the sound off mainly while I was doing this. This is a very quiet sound, but it's so close to my speaker. You might hear it, but the reverberation, it just goes on and on and on. It's still going. So this crystalline quartz crystal tuning fork, so those crystalline frequencies are really getting into your body. And sound by its nature, if you have a blockage in your energy and the sound waves are trying to get through, they're trying to get through to the other side. So the sound waves just keep pummeling this blockage until it just gives way. So that's one of the reasons why sound is so incredible when we're working with the energies of the land or of our bodies. And I'm feeling a little light language wanting to come through. And often
Let's go.
so often it comes through the hands, it comes through, it's like there's a different stream coming through all the fingers as well as through the voice. Kiat eranai kiapoloko kiala mikiala tierno kukodora kiaya ehiat enda. Just turn my musician sound on. Derana kipara de kukule kiata tutuntare kepehela ekere parana kede barudu kukula ya ishtai kele kiamna de kudlabara hal okuren shtai kiele kian terana kudubon yahya yahya terana nai. And after that, I'm just going to place my hands on my hips again and just kind of feed into my base center the energy that's just been created. Doesn't seem quite the right word, but I can't think of another one.
Yata kukwahala ena ishtiara hara waralania. Dostara aekia he ikina stura amanai. Shukoro hol manda hikia. Shana aya uko ia ana ata ai ha sholo namani. Ustiasta ahana ara ita ura ana. Kia at ara ala en I. Ustara ai ad uho ora ana a. Ikra ala stora. Ambra arasir. Shianara hara uhu ora araki. Ya koko kusara ayaha. Ah, iu. Ciao, wahai. Cita cukup rata ida tua jatuh para
Beautiful. And one thing I'm doing when I'm kind of doing all this with my hands, it feels like I'm creating a web of light. And some of it actually looks like a spider making a web. Sometimes it's almost like blanket stitch that's coming in. And sometimes there are these, like, if you want to bring it in, that's been quite flowy, but sometimes it's like you really want to bring it in with some force, and you bring in these cosmic frequencies into your energy field, and it's creating geometry as well, and the sound is also creating geometry. And sometimes, there's different positions with the hands that I'm not even consciously aware of most of the time until I actually look. And where the position where your thumb might be on your finger, sometimes it might be there, sometimes it might be at the end. Like there are, and it's almost like that creates different notes, different frequencies of sound that we can't actually hear, but different frequencies of light.
There you go.
Was I muted then?
I don't know.
Yeah, you sound like you're underwater.
So yeah.
That was really amazing when you were bringing the light language in, and I was just feeling what it felt like with my hands around my hips. There was so much movement in the energy. It was like things were just shifting. It's so hard to put it into words. Shifting around. Didn't feel so much distortion. There was some distortion leaving the body for sure, but it was more like a repatterning. That's what the word seems to be. Sometimes it feels like I'm knitting energies, but really weaving energies. And I'm feeling like my hips, the base center is done. I want to come a little bit more up here. And I'm aware that I'm missing out some centers here. But we've been drawn to focus a little bit around here as well, around the throat. Kandice woke up with a scratchy throat today. I very much knew that I wanted to wear blue. And there's been a lot going on for people, throat, respiratory. I mean, it's that time of year, but aside from that, it feels like there's a lot of repatterning, reworking going on around these areas. And also in terms of the camera, you'll be able to see what we're doing a little bit more easily as well when it's in this area. Are you feeling throat next?
Yes. Also strong, yes.
Your sound has gone really weird. Unless it's my headphones.
So simultaneously, I'm still those who are in the
Have you got your headphones?
maybe I should try one
Hmm.
headphones pop
It's since
out.
you, it's very in and out, but it might be my headphones. If anyone can confirm in the comments, and actually, I'd love to hear where you're all where you're listening from as well. I'd love to hear where we're anchoring these energies in. So if anyone feels to say where they're listening from, that would be amazing.
Try.
Oh, just keep talking. It might be all right now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still hearing that one. There's like pop out with some.
Okay, so I'll make a start on the throat while Candice goes out and comes back. Okay, thank you for the confirmation about the sound. I don't normally use these headphones, so I wasn't sure if it was these. And I forget that I'm not supposed to touch that, so apologies for my unprofessionalism. Okay, so your throat center. And let's remember as well, so your base center kind of comes up like that, and your crown center kind of comes down like that, but all the others have a front and a back. And sometimes we forget about the back and we just focus on the front. And it feels very key at the moment to be working on the back of the centers as well. So your throat center is about communication of all kinds, expressing our words, listening, but it's also sometimes when we've had a throat center that's been quite closed and we've swallowed a lot of words, sometimes we then feel like we have to speak everything with no filter, which, you know, that might be the right thing to do as well, but it can also, your throat center can be about when it's not the right time to speak your words. And for me, it's a lot about speaking from the heart. Oh, we're getting people from all over the place. That's wonderful. Okay, so your throat center. Try and do this without knocking my microphone. Normally, I'm just going to gently do. I know this is going to block the sound. I'm just going to show you and then keep quiet. The position with my hands actually touching the physical body of what I do with the throat. And that's fine to do on yourself. If you're working with someone else at all, it can be quite a threatening feeling to have someone else's hands around your throat, but it feels quite different when it's on your own. So I'm going to place one hand at the back and I'm going to place one hand here so that hopefully the microphone isn't being affected by this. And I'm going to feel the energy. Finding myself doing figure of eights here. But I'm going to feel how the throat feels. And I guess because we're doing this collectively, I will be feeling a lot of our collective energy with this as well, not just my own. So the arms are still part of our self-expression. They're still part of the throat center. Oh, that's really prickly. And to me, the prickles, when it feels uncomfortable, that's more the distorted energy. And I have a feeling that I'm pulling deeper stuff out into my aura as I'm doing this. Really wanting to do figure of eights. Just check my settings. Oh, there's Kandice. See if she gets in this time. If you start clearing your throat when you're working on your throat, you're clearing the energy. There you are. And I do want to just bring the elements in as well. I'm getting the nudge to connect to the consciousness, the energy of water, especially for the throat. And it almost feels like I want to flush this area. So visualizing that water is coming through my hands at the back and at the front. You might feel that you want to use fire. Air is very much connected with communication and with the throat center. And earth comes in, we're already connected with the earth. And your neck as well. Like you might just want to massage your neck a little bit and just ease any tensions away from your neck. A little fascia trick. So a little fascia trick to help with the energy at the back of your neck is to place your hands down here and kind of pull the skin away from your neck a little bit. And then, oh, so you've got it kind of wedged here. So and you're not going deep, it's not the muscle layers. The fascia's all the way in the skin. So just by locking the skin, when you move your head, I hope you can't hear the creaks that I'm hearing. And just move your head around. And you'll find that's really stretching at the back as well. And just go really slowly and gently. And then just try it again, just lock the skin. And then when when you've stretched around, do 3 breaths in and out through your mouth, and then 3 in and out through your nose. And then I'm going to try it on the other side as well. And of course your ears are part of your throat center too. Oh. You might find first time it's really stiff, and then when you go back it might be a little less stiff. Your sound's still weird.
Okay, hold on.
That was all right.
And now it's okay now?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
yeah, yeah, that's amazing.
Perfect.
It's amazing how bad our bodies can feel, how painful they feel without us realizing. It's not until you. This is one of the, I think they're called fascia blasters, and you can just use your hand to kind of like wedge it down, but I find it just gets a much better grip. And even through your clothes, you can do this. So if your arm is down to start with and you grip, and then you lift, we can be so congested under our arms and down that band of fascia down that side of the body. And if you turn your head to the side as well, so there's a bit of a twist, and you can even like twist the fascia. It's easy to do, I think, without your clothes, but you can kind of, oh, nice little crack on my shoulder. So you can, sometimes I just, not really pinching it, but just twisting it a little. It is a little bit of a pinch. And then if you turn your head the other way, and then just play with your arm. Play with moving your arm in different positions. I didn't know I was going to do any fascia stuff today. That wasn't my intention, but it's being called for.
Yeah. This is our, this is our flow as we see the body.
And when you're working with your throat, it can be really good to make some sounds. If you're in a place, I like to do hisses. So if you're in a place where you don't want to be heard by people, so if you think about energy that you want to release, take a big breath in and then, or almost like a dragon breath, like that kind of thing is such a good release. I found if I growl too much, it kind of hurts my throat a little bit. It's a little bit counterproductive to me. Same with with screaming. I find it just hurts my throat a little bit. But it can be good to like, you know, those kinds of sounds, and like, whatever sounds you wanna make, and try not to, you know, direct it at anybody. I avert my eyes to the camera when I'm doing this, because otherwise I just feel like I'm just going wah, and throwing it at whoever's watching, which is not my intention at all. Yeah, 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 nah. It's really good to play with different notes and feel where you feel them in your body. And if you hum, much of the sound goes into your body instead of coming outwards. So humming is a really good sound tool to use for your body, but try different notes and you'll find one that really resonates, that part of the body that you're working on. And don't forget your ears. I would normally just put my hands over my ears, but with my headphones I can't do it as easily, so I'm a little bit off the body with them. Tapping is another way to get into areas as well. You don't have to tap hard. It's a really good way to release any stuck energy. Oops. It's a really good way to knock the earphones out of your ears. Another good way to clear the throat is to just let gobbledygook come out of your mouth. So any kind of nonsense sounds that you want to make, and just let loose, like don't hold back. That can be a really good way of shifting unspoken words, any old energies that are stuck in there. And sometimes when you're working on your body, things can feel worse, so they might feel more painful before they clear. I'm starting to feel like I've got a sore throat now, which I didn't feel at the beginning, but I feel that that's just stuff releasing from there. And your mouth as well is also part of your throat. So mouth, your teeth, your tongue, your lips. I felt a real change of energy then. It just felt a lot more calm in there. Everything just went, and I'm taking that as a nudge to move somewhere else on my body. So thymus, higher heart, is where I've landed. This area is often seen as aquamarine in colour and frequency. You may also get a visual when your hands are on the body. You might feel like you're seeing into the body, and that might be on a physical level, like seeing organs. I tend to see it more as energy rather than glorious technicolor organs. But sometimes you might be shown the organs. So if you're seeing dark patches in your energy and areas that are not that vibrant, that can be where the energy is not flowing fully. These days when I look into the body, I seem to be shown the crystalline matrix, which is fun, especially when I'm working with the dragons.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you place your hands here, you might feel your heart bouncing around a little bit. You might feel like you're having palpitations. And the fascia surrounds the heart, surrounds it, and it's all the layers within the heart as well. And your heart, we didn't used to know this. We think of the heart as a pump. It's actually a spiral. And that's how it beats. It beats in a spiral. And I've seen a video where there's a cadaver heart, and it's been opened up, and it's actually a spiral. You know, the four chambers, the spiral makes the four chambers, but it's not the visual that I had when I was nursing. It's not actually like that.
Beautiful.
And remember the back of the heart as well. It's an awkward position to get to.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. That's where I've been.
Oh, your sound's gone funny again. I don't know what magic you created last time, but it worked.
It's just one of those days today.
Your throat is also creative expression. I know we've moved away from throat, but that just dropped in that I've not said. Yeah,
I'll be right back, Denise. I'm gonna.
Okay. We're often way more open at the front of the heart than at the back of the heart. And it feels quite timely at the moment to be intending, if we're comfortable with it, to be opening up the back of the heart as well as the front. There may be some old wounds that resurface, some memories. They may be past life, they may be this life. Sometimes when you work on someone else, if you work your hand down the energy field at the back of the body, sometimes you feel sharpness, almost like people have been stabbed in the back. So we can hold the energy of wounds, like not literally stabbed in the back, but if we've had betrayal, that can feel like a backstabbing. So it can be really interesting to just move your hands through your energy field and see if it feels even, or if you're feeling some places, oh, like there, that your hand just wants to stop. Like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's not very pleasant. So I've got like a buzz on my hand, but it's like some buzzes in your body are really beautiful and joyous. This isn't. This is like some old stuff there feeling. So I'm going to clear my throat. And there's different ways that you can do this. What I've been doing recently is kind of collapsing things in on themselves, and then they become a spark of light. But I feel like I have something here to pull out of my body. So as I'm doing this, I can still feel the sensation in my hand as it moves away from my body. So I know that I'm moving the energy that's there. Roll it up into a smaller ball, and then just using the other hand to pull any fragments, any trails. I'm seeing like a jellyfish kind of thing with lots and lots of are they called tails? But you can get what I mean. So I'm just kind of pulling all those out, putting them into my hand. And what I used to do when I first started doing sessions was hand them to Archangel Michael. And then it was like he was standing there one time with his hands behind his back going, no, you can deal with this. So then I had a shoot of golden light that went up to source, and I just let it up into the chute. But that doesn't feel right to me to do anymore. So what I've been doing of late, you can clap in the area, but what I'm feeling, oh, that's really wrapped in my throat. What I'm feeling to do with this, once I've pulled all the tendrils out, right, so I'm going to roll it up into a little ball, blow on it, and then just have a feel of it. And it feels different now, like it doesn't feel distorted. And then I am going to bring that into my heart. So it's like the polarity's been changed. It's gone from being a heavy Blair energy into, I'm seeing it as gold and platinum. So it's like recycling your waste and putting it back into your body. Do you want to speak and see how the sound is?
So the sound is so close for me that I'm listening to on the computer with a loud. Yeah, I don't know. You're saying okay?
You're a bit in and out there. I'm saying what?
Maybe I'll just spend the rest of the time in silence.
Rest your throat. Okay, if there's any questions, if anyone has any questions. Oh, today is Red Lunar Dragon Day. Speaking of the dragons, next Tuesday I'm doing a free dragon call on Zoom. I will put the details, I'll put the link to register in the comments. It's part 1 of 3. If you don't want to come to the other 2, you don't have to, but it's 3 Platinum Dragon calls, which I am so excited about. When I did the ticket tailor yesterday, I was just beyond excited. There's a little bit of abundance clearing and connecting to the highest frequency of prosperity and abundance and money, finances as well, between 2 and 3. And on the first day we're connecting with the Platinum Dragons, and the platinum mother dragons, we're going to go to, so connect with them first telepathically and then going through portals to their home planet, because these are cosmic platinum dragons. And then we're coming back with the dragons. We're going to watch the dragons birth dragon eggs into the dragon grid in the new earth grids. And then in the second call, we're going to watch the dragons birth from those eggs. Oh, so excited. And then in the third call, we're going to be weaving energies, platinum energies, around our spinal column. There's more besides that, but I can't remember all of that. So if anyone is interested in any of those, I will put the link in the comments. Next year is the year of the dragon, Chinese astrology. So I think dragon energy in the lead up to that and next year is going to be off the charts. Okay, so back to the heart. Oh, and any questions? I was looking at the comments. Got completely waylaid. Okay. So feeling heart and higher heart here. Working on. So breathing love into there. A nice little visual to do is just to imagine your heart. So you can see it like as a heart emblem if you want to. Rather, I just find it weird. As a nurse, I've seen open heart surgery. I have seen real live hearts beating, but it just feels weird to me in a meditation space to be looking at that. So I would rather see like an emblem of a heart to represent my heart symbolically. So if you do that, how does your heart look? Is it nice and plump? Is it beating healthily? Or is it a little bit flat? Have you been giving a little bit too much? Are you open to receive? Are there any tears on your heart? If you see any tears in there, you can get a golden needle and thread and just sew up those tears. If it's in a lot of protection, you can just begin to peel away those layers of protection. If it's chained, you can get a golden key, put it in the lock and then take those chains off, just to whatever level you feel comfortable with. You might see like brick walls around it, so you might just begin to take down some of those bricks. And if your heart goes, ugh, you can just comfort your heart, put some of the bricks back, do whatever feels right for you. So I'm just visualizing that I'm holding my heart in my hands, and I'm just feeding it universal life force energy. And you might see the colour change. Yeah, thanks for that, Kandice, in the back of the heart. So I'm filling my heart up with gold and platinum and pink sparkles, like a beautiful fuchsia kind of pink. And just feeling it expanding. And then when it feels ready, I'm going to bring it back into my body. And work a bit more on the back of the heart. So if you feel like your energy is drawn in at the back, with your breath, you can intend that the energy just starts opening up at the back. I'm seeing a beautiful green, emerald green going into the back of the heart. Yeah, Candice is just saying, visualising that my hands and arms are wings so I can reach down the back there. I was getting an image of the wings, actually, before you said that, so thank you for chiming that in. And if you can't reach at the back, just imagine that your fingers have extended and that they're as long as they need to be to touch that bit. I can do it with one hand better than the other. Oh no, that's not too bad. I won't be able to hold it for too long. Yeah, that pink that's shining on your hands, that's the colour I was seeing before. And if your heart wanted to hear a tune, what would it be? Oh, I know. Koyala Kiyamayaya. Oh. The heart sound is ah. Ah. Just try a few different notes, see which one feels like it resonates the most. Ah. Ah. Oh, that feels really different at the back now. It's really, really colourful. And just way more energy there. Okay. Just going to wait and see what Candice is typing. If it's something to share, I shall be Candice's voice. Large comprehensive sweeps, nice. Yeah, beautiful. When we do this, we're kind of smoothing down the aura. And if stuff has come out of your body and it's just a little bit lodged, excuse me, in your aura, then sweeping down can really just help bring everything into alignment. I'm feeling to go out as well as down. I'm just going to get my Space Clear spray. It's only over there. I will be 2 ticks. Like a feather duster or a car wash. Nice. Yeah, I like the feather duster. Pink. So I'm going to spray some of this on my hands. Oh, it smells so good. This is a little Space Clear spray that I made myself. So as I'm doing this, I'm intending for this to be for the collective if you wish for it. Bringing the golden light and platinum pearl light in all around me now. Nice little polished finish of pearl amethyst. Books and essence, is that supposed to say books? Ah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Putting a shine to your aura. Okay. So let's just bring our awareness back to our hearts now. Do you feel any different from how you felt at the beginning of the call? I'd love to hear how this went for you. I'd love to hear in the comments, whether you're live with us or on the replay. And thank you to everybody who's been with us. Thank you, all of you whose energy has been here on the call. Thank you, Kandice, for your time and energy, quiet though it's been in the latter part of the call. Thank you again, everybody. We will be back, I'm sure, to do the areas that we haven't done today. Yeah, I feel sparkly as well. And yeah, do write how this has been for you. I'm very intrigued if you've been doing this yourself, if you've been watching, how it's felt. So thank you, everybody. From my heart to yours, from our hearts to yours, lots and lots of love. Have a beautiful day wherever you are, and we will see you soon. Lots of love. Mwah.